they probably don't include enough people in the process of deciding what to do next. So they're not as inclusive. So, they may hear feedback, they may get a survey, they may see it be at a town hall and get feedback. If it's a leader in a meeting, they may do something. But they don't say, well, how do I kind of reach across the table to people that are different from me or in different departments, different divisions, different roles, and kind of ask them and include them, research them, what impact they have on this. Maybe there's a different way of looking at it. That would be one thing I think they don't do well. The other thing they'll do well is they don't actually communicate. They don't, what we do, close the loop is what I call it. So they don't go back after they've taken action based upon feedback and tell the people who gave the feedback what it is they plan on doing about it, what it is they've done about it, or what they can't do about it. But they don't actually go back and close the loop. And so that's another opportunity, again, another place where you say, so when you close the loop for someone, you connect the dots in their mind about feedback they gave and then like a result that happens as a result. So it's like I throw out my voice, and then my voice could go out and just be out there, or there could be this counter response to my voice that is in the form of action. And when I see there's a counter response in the form of action based upon my voice, then in my mind I say, this thing that is my voice, this stuff that's in my head is worth saying. This stuff has value and merit. People value me here, and I feel understood here. It makes me want to stay here. It makes me want to go over and above to be here. So there's a lot of things that close the loop does, and when we don't do it well, we really just drop the ball on better engagement, higher productivity, higher loyalty when we don't do that well.
So the two big things that I heard there is when you are trying to get feedback or focus on communication, really try to be more inclusive, get more diverse opinions and thoughts from across the organization, different levels, different groups, different backgrounds. And then as you're making decisions, it's important to go back and close the loop, which is huge, as you mentioned, because one of the big things is if I'm giving feedback all the time and I never hear anything about it, or I don't see any action or follow-up, I'm going to get discouraged. I'm likely going to probably feel worse off than if you didn't ask for my opinion. Even if you don't take my opinion, maybe you go in a different direction. I've given you my feedback, but if you come back and say, here's what we're going to do, and then here's why. The why is also important when you're communicating so people can understand, okay, well, I told you this, but you're not doing this. Okay, but here's why. I might not agree with it, but likely I'll understand it. And it goes back to this idea of engagement. If you want your folks to be engaged, ask for their feedback, do something about it, and then communicate what you're doing and why.